Hello again, and welcome to It's All About Racing. In this particular episode, we are going to look at a 124 scale NASCAR car, this being the number 9 track gear car driven by Jeff Burton in 1999. This is a Racing Authentics car, one of 2,000 pieces. Comes with this immensely huge and deep box that you see right there, a certificate of authenticity, still wrapped up. Also comes with this template to measure the top of the car. Also still wrapped up. Never in 20 years have I unwrapped it. And it comes on this unique and rather awkward display box. And it's quite a different looking box. Not bad, just different. Anyhow, that being said, let's take a closer look at this car. I usually buy cars that are special to me for one or two reasons. Either I've seen them race. In this case, I have several of Jeff Burton's cars. Jeff is a native of Virginia. He and his brother Ward were born and started their racing career in South Boston, Virginia. I live up near Richmond. So therefore, they were kind of, I guess you could say, favorites of mine, even though I try not to favor any one driver over another. This is a 1999 Ford Taurus, as I mentioned, by Racing Authentics. Jeff was part of the Roush racing family at that time. You can see that clearly on the front bumper of the car that you have there. This car is somewhat unique in that the wheels come off of it very, very easily. In fact, too easily. This front one is even hard to stay on. But it is a highly detailed car, as are most of these that you can buy. You can clearly see there, how nicely this is done. Interior details are just exceptional. Very clear, very easy to see through this the windshield and the side. It is accessible, and these cars can easily be taken apart. In fact, I have taken this apart and had it in a diorama at one time. So very easy to do is one thing I like about these. And they're not very fragile, these cars. They hold together well. This one is, in particular, is somewhat fragile, as I had mentioned, because of that the wheels that just seemingly, and you see me pushing this in, just do not want to attach very well. And I almost have to snap them in to keep them in. They just don't want to attach real well, which I find somewhat annoying with it. At first I thought it was a neat feature. Now I find it completely annoying. But anyhow, as I'd mentioned, detail is very, very good. It's very solid. I mean, you can see into the car extremely well. Flaps open up on it. Now this one, for a moment I thought the trunk was sealed in this car. It is not, and you can see the fuel cell, as you can see in most of these cars. It's nicely done. I wouldn't say particularly done any better than any of the other manufacturers that I have, but all in all, not bad. There is your I guess you could say the plate that tells you, they made 2,000 of these cars. This particular one is 1,411. Nicely done in this gold aluminum plated plate you see there. And I tell you, I really like that when a company, shows documentation and gives you specifics as to which number you have of those that were made. And they only made 2,000 of these, which is not a lot of cars. And this is one of Jeff Burton's earlier cars that he had. Bottom detail on these cars is very, very good. You can see it's got sticker tires. And like virtually every other car that you see, the same thing. Nice suspension work, transmission line, transmission hub, exhausts. I mean, these cars are all the same. Every darn one of them is built exactly the same. They're spec cars, basically. And they're tweaked to race a little bit better than the others. The more money you have, the more money you have to cheat or to find better ways of cheating to make your car perform a little bit better. It's all part of the game. If you ain't cheating, you ain't racing. You've probably heard that before. And there's a quick look at the engine detail. Very similar to that of virtually every other car that you have out there in 124 scale. I mean, in my opinion, if you're going to collect NASCAR cars, this is the scale to collect. If you're a detail kind of guy, they are somewhat big and they require a fairly large display case, consequently. But nevertheless, good cars, great cars, full of detail. Very nicely done, as you can see there. Anyhow, That concludes this review of the number 9 track gear car, that driven by Jeff Burton in 1999. Take care. See you next time.